want to go ahead and give you guys a walkthrough of our new 43 Fish Around. This is a boat that was designed for the hardcore fisherman, for somebody that also wants to have the extra amenities for comfort and sleeping arrangements for those long trips to the islands and stuff like that. So welcome aboard, let me show you around. All right, so we're here in the back cockpit of the 43 Fish Around, and there's definitely a lot of amenities that I'd like to go over with you guys. Like I said before, this is a boat that was designed primarily for hardcore fishermen. We have dual 40-gallon live bait wells. These bait wells are designed with large windows along the side so that no matter where you are in the cockpit of this boat, at a glance, from a distance, we could always see the conditions of our bait. We also have a 90-gallon live well for those days that we need that huge capacity for live bait chumming. That's an additional 90 gallons of live bait well capacity below deck. And then we have the optional rocket launcher for those that like to do kite fishing off the back cockpit. In addition, we also have large fish boxes. These are fish boxes similarly sized on either side of the cockpit. Goes forward quite a bit as well. These boxes are fully insulated and are plumbed to be pumped overboard. Centered in the back, we have access to our bilge, where we have access to the majority of our plumbing valves, sea chest, and bait well systems. And if you're wondering what this hatch back here is for, this gives us access to our steering pumps, trib tab pumps, and some additional equipment on board. As we continue forward along the fishing cockpit, we're gonna go along the side of our house, and there's definitely a few amenities that you're gonna like here. We also have, as a standard feature on this boat, a hull side door. The hull side door in our boats are designed not to drop into the water, but are designed to swing above the water so that if you're fighting a fish or trying to land that fish, you don't have a problem with dragging a door through the water and the door stays out of the way. And below this hatch, there's a pull-out dive ladder for those days we decide to go for a swim to facilitate access back into the boat. One of the big features that we've decided into this boat, as simple as it sounds, is we've decided to bring some of the rod storage design of a center console boat, which is incredibly accessible, and that's the rod storage that's along the sides of a center console. That concept is now brought on board this 43, and it's designed along the sides of the house so that we can store as many as 20 fishing rods, 10 per side, for quick access when needed. The side decks on this boat are designed with a 21-inch minimum width so that it never feels crowded, and so that two people anywhere along the length of this walkway have a way of passing each other without having to wait till one person gets all the way to the front or all the way to the back. There's passage along the entire hull side. We've decided to build some storage space up underneath the gunnels here so that you can put safety gear on either sides. It's usable space, and most importantly, it's quick access. In the event of an emergency, readily available. We also have storage, open storage areas for dock lines, towels, potato chips, whatever you decide to throw in those areas. We have bumpers on either side, so you have storage for 2 bumpers and additional safety gear storage. Of course, with a boat like this, we always want to keep it clean, so we also have washdown systems available for the front of our boat. This boat was designed with an additional 40-gallon live well in the front of the boat. It's designed with an additional guttering system so that any spillage past the first seal comes into a gutter that gets drained overboard, not onto your decks. That way we don't have water running along the top of your deck during the day. Behind the live wells, we have 2 cup holders / rod holders. These double, that way as you're flying your kites or fishing flat lines off the front of the boat, you have a place to keep a drink. Or if you're running and gunning and you're looking for a place to keep a rod with a pitch bait, it's comfortably placed so that no lines are crossing the cockpit. Below deck, we have another huge insulated and plumbed overboard compartment. This doubles as a storage, as a fish box, and believe it or not, can also be refrigerated or made into a freezer for additional bait storage. And then in the front, we have our anchor locker. The anchor locker is designed either for a windlass or for a simple Fortress manual anchor system, depending on the owner's preference. Along the gunnels, the rod holders are unlimited, as many as you like. On the back side of the bridge deck, facing aft, we have a tackle locker, plenty of storage bins. We have some self-draining drawers below for leads or leaders. These can be sized to your liking. We also have a leader dispenser that stores as many as 6 leader spools. And very importantly, we also have electronic controls here for items that you want to be able to control from the aft cockpit, such as your bait wells, bait well systems, and some of the cockpit lights and stuff. Below this hatch, we have a rigging station, nice place to do your bait prep, rig a lure, or if you choose, we could also even install a barbecue. Underneath this seat, we have a large insulated drink cooler. This cooler can also be refrigerated, where the temperature can be adjusted to be a refrigerator or as much as a freezer. This below here is a large machinery space with easy access to all of our equipment. Climbing down below deck here, I'll show you. You could easily operate your equipment from here, have access to your generator, do generator maintenance, or whatever other equipment may need some attention. But let me tell you, this entire bridge deck is also hinged on the front side. So the entire bridge deck can be raised, giving you stand-up access to all of your equipment. Unlike a lot of the other Express model boats, our bridge deck was designed with a little bit of a different intent, which is it's designed more for transportation of the crew. It's designed to be able to comfortably accommodate as many as 7 anglers on board, including the captain, but without sacrificing the space of our fishing cockpit. We didn't want to go too large and give up any of that fishing cockpit space. We have a large double seat here. This double seat also doubles as a large storage compartment, as well as an insulated refrigerated compartment that can be used as a refrigerator or as a bait box. The standard configuration of this cockpit is a single captain's chair with a leaning station to port side. This leaning station can also, as an option, be reconfigured so that the bridge deck can accommodate double captain's chairs. Behind this hatch, we have access to additional equipment, as well as a glove box for wallets, cell phones, so forth and so on. So guys, while we're here, I also want to show you another amenity that our customers demanded, and that's kite storage. Something that is always an inconvenience, because you either have to disassemble them to put them away, or you're looking for a place to put them that isn't affected by the wind when you're running. So we designed this hatch where the kite's fully assembled. You can fit a ton of kites in there, whether it's for storage or for relocation. All right, so this brings us down to our cabin on the fish around model. Over on port side, we have a large sitting area. This area has 3 applications to it. We have benches that face forward, benches that face back, just as a seating arrangement, as I said. Also, this backrest lifts up, deploying our bunk bed, as well as below this seat, we have storage for a table / hatch. That hatch drops into this insert with this filler cushion drops in. This turns into a full-size bed as well. This sleeps another adult, or there's a pedestal that can install on the deck, and we could end up with a dinette table inside the cabin. Going forward in the cabin, we have a fairly nice sized galley area. Houses a microwave, a nice sink, refrigerator / freezer, and plenty of galley cabinetry storage. Going forward further, we also have a hanging locker. This hanging locker doubles as a hanging locker, as well as can be rod storage for as many as 4 stand-ups. Below this hatch is another feature that we designed into this fish around. It wasn't by coincidence that this hatch lines up directly with the hatch above. And the intention is, at the end of the day, the boat's been washed, rods need to be put away. One of the anglers from the outside can drop down the rods from the top hatch. And below deck, we have storage for 9 more rods. We have a very large V-berth area. This V-berth area can sleep 2 adults. There's also inserts below the front cushion which fill in the center, making it a huge bed in the front for even a family of 3. And then in the head compartment, we've designed a shower that provides the space to the rest of the head for comfort, nicely decorated. Built into the galley as well is our TV. As you're in the sitting area, you can comfortably take a little break and watch a little TV. Also, the entire stairs are all storage below, as well as storage below this entire seat area.